PALEDUSK is a band who I've got to admit I have heard the name of, but I don't really know anything about them. But you know, I decided I'm going to come check out some PALEDUSK because of the fact that, as far as I'm aware, they were responsible in some way for the production of 2 songs by Trident, Spoopy, Twinkle, and I think some others as well. I'm not sure whether the whole band got in the production, one member, or if they've got like just studio people they share. I don't know, but all I know is that PALEDUSK are popular with a lot of people who I think have good taste in music, and they seem to be involved in Trident songs, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this. I did a little bit of quick research, very quick research online, and found out that they are a band from way down south in Japan, quite far from here, and that they actually appear to be, well, they're older than Trident, as in they've been around longer than Trident, but I think they're a couple of years newer than girls rock band Kakumai. This is all useless trivia. Shall we get into listening to the song? Anyway, this so when I did the search, this was the first one that came up. This is only about 3 months old. It's called Palehell by PALEDUSK. Incidentally, whilst I was doing the research, actually, I saw the artwork for their new tour, which seemed to be related to Palehell or something like that. And I got to admit, the artwork looked really cool. So I just got good feelings. I got good feelings. I'm hoping I'm going to like this. Let's check it out. We can take it off mute now. We can give it a blast, see what it sounds like. Is this them as kids or something? I can hear the production similarities already. I am all for that. We need more accordion solos. And I even mean that. I love the sort of joyous energy of this. I keep on saying we need more heavy bands who enjoy being heavy. The vocal's interesting. I'm going to have to go into that in more depth afterwards. Oh yes, I recognise this energy. I do like the fact that it's very easy to follow the cues. It's definitely a sing-along song. Although I did not expect a solo to appear there. That's pretty cool. I gotta admit, I love the energy on this. Whatever we say about the details, I love the energy. I love the vibe. I love the feel. But yeah, I think it's time to break this one down because there's a lot to unpack on this. Alright, first things first. So this is the first PALEDUSK song I've really sat down and listened to. So anything I say about this one, obviously I say this in full acknowledgement that this is a single that they've put out. So this is just my reflection on first thought rather than obviously being able to say anything deeper about the band. So please get into the comments and let me know if you know more about PALEDUSK. Right, in regards to this though, first things first, as I say, I'm just going to repeat it. I know I've said it 5 times already, but I love the energy of this. It's so much fun. It's clearly designed to be sung along to. It's clearly designed to be something where he's shouting, you're shouting, everyone's shouting. The energy is big, loud, just really great buzzing filled. You just feel like this is something which is both engaging, but also it's fun. Yeah, everything about that's great. So let's break into the details a little bit and talk about the things that I most liked about this, and maybe the things that I would maybe want to see a variation on in other songs. That's the diplomatic way of wording it. Now, on the positives, I really like the fact that the vocal, even though he was in a kind of a growly vocal, it was mostly pretty clear. I mean, I know it sounds like such a boomer thing to say, but there was enunciation, like you could hear the syllables when they landed. And the reason that is important is because you could have rhythm to the delivery. You can't just be sort of growling really loud. You've got to have a sort of a rhythm by which everything feels like it's got punch, it's got impact. And this definitely felt like it had that. I like that side of it. Again, that very much came from the whole joy of it all. Also the production. I got a sort of mixed feelings on the production because I really liked it because of the fact it sounded more playful. It had some interesting sounds in there. I do think that one of the issues that some people have mentioned to me about Trident songs was also prevalent here, and that the drums felt really thin. The drum playing was good, but the way it was mixed, it didn't feel like it had any impact, especially on the lower end. I felt like the lower end, they were trying to make lots of room for really like sub bass and things like this, but it's like, I just wanted a more defined kick drum, which would have really, especially in a song like this, would have helped a lot. The kick drum was really kind of like it wasn't there, I didn't feel, and the snare felt really thin, so it really felt like everything about the drum kit, which should have been driving this song, was made to sound too thin, and as a result it kind of got swallowed up by the song rather than sort of driving it and making you want to headbang more. So this song could have definitely had more of a headbanging vibe if the drum kit had been allowed to breathe a little bit more in the mix. I don't mean that in the arrangement, just in the mix. The production of the guitar solo was really fun. Yeah, it was creamy. It was like a bit overproduced, but I loved it. It just it worked with the fun vibe of everything. The guitar solo at the end, I gotta be honest, I'm very picky about guitar solos. I always say anything that's too commonplace, you have to be picky about it, because if everyone's doing it, then you've got to be one of the people who does it well. And the guitar solo I really liked. I thought it was easy to follow. It was one of those ones that had its little bit of twiddle, but it was mostly about the expression. The twiddle was in there just for a little bit of drama. It was just it was a really nice expressive guitar solo that appeared when you didn't expect it. Like just after the build up into the last chorus. That was all great. From the perspective of the vocalist though, so yeah, like I say, his enunciation was really nice. And I like the sort of rhythm, I like the energy of it. I do think that the growl was maybe I liked the growl, but that should have just been in one bit, maybe in the chorus or something. But having it all the time kind of meant that his vocal lost impact quite a lot by the end. Because we're talking about a song here that's got really high compression. Again, I'm not one of those people who just say, oh, compression is bad. Compression works in certain types of songs, but it's really high compression in this song. And so when you've got the compressions really high, the drum kit's kind of swallowed up. So everything's becoming, again, more of this thick paste of sound, which again can be really great. And then the vocal is constantly not just shouting, but also kind of with that grit where it's over pushing, which I know is the style. It kind of felt it just felt like a song where the chorus lacked impact because it wasn't built up to it. It was just 11 all the time. So for me, this was this was a great fun blast of music, but it kind of it feels like if you just look at this song on paper, it should be inviting you to come back and listen to it, repeat play over and over again. And instead, it kind of feels almost like it doesn't invite you back as much as the songwriting should. I mean, from a songwriting standpoint, this should be one where you just be listening to it over and over again. But because the production is so not the production, because the compression is so high, because the drum kit isn't allowed to have that thump, which I think is a massive loss for this. The drum kit should have had a lot more room to have impact in this song, because you got that, and because the vocal is constantly at 11 with like a couple of bars exception, it kind of feels like it's so much it doesn't invite itself back around for a second listen. So I really like this. I thought this was really good fun. It more makes me excited to check out more of their music than to necessarily repeat play this song. And I say that fully aware that if this song was maybe a little bit better balanced, like in more in the production side, then I'd be definitely probably would be coming back to listen to this multiple times. Now, as for the connection to Trident, yeah, I can see the connection to Trident, definitely. I can see the connection in certain aspects of the sound. I think the reason why... I mean, obviously, I come into this already being a Trident fan, so I'm not expecting to make it a comparable thing. But I think the reason why Trident perhaps works better for me is because obviously you get more of the build-up as well. It's not just constantly at 11. Even though their songs tend to be pretty compressed, pretty high production, there's more build-up to the big loud moments. So, yeah, I really like this. I really like this, but I don't think I could listen to it just because of the way it's presented. I do think the singer is great when he's doing his growling stuff, but I think he should just be singing loud. Maybe this is just the way I would do it. Have him singing loudly in the verse and then pushing into that growl in the chorus when everyone else is singing behind him and you got the big, the group vocal. Or maybe you could do it the other way around and have him like shouting in the verse, and then in the chorus it just becomes more of a smoother group vocal. I mean, you could play with that either way, but I guess that just contrast would help keep it louder for longer without it sounding like it's worn out so quickly. But I like the idea of it. I like the feel of it. I am definitely enthused to check out more of this band. So, especially if you're a PALEDUSK fan, now you've heard what I think. What song should I listen to next? And don't just say listen to the live stuff. People always do that. I will listen to a live version after I've heard the studio version, because you've got to hear the studio version to hear how they want the song to sound first. And then the live version is always a version. So yeah, let me know, what song do you think I should listen to next? I'd love to hear from you guys. Looking forward to hearing more of this band. There was a lot of joy in that. I'm loving some of the visuals, just the colourful visuals. See, that's really cool. That's really cool. And like I call it accordion, the harmonica. The harmonica is like brilliant. That was just such a beautiful touch. So I really want to like this band, and this is a decent start. So let me know where to go next. Anyway, those are my thoughts until I hopefully hear from you very soon here in Japan on the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.